Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Lynk's League, where I'm in a league of my own. And in this video, I am featuring a AD carry that gets little to no love. Her name is Sivir. Now, you're probably wondering, why Sivir? She's only good against maybe 3 AD carries? And the AD carries she is good against are normally never played. Well, the reason is kind of a golden reason. You should always follow by these rules when you're playing League. Because I managed to win about 7 games today because I know this rule. There is a couple new skins out, and you probably know this. There's 4 main ones. Mistletoe LeBlanc's not showing up a lot, but the new 4 skins. They're all mid-champs, or they all can be mid-champs. Well, there are people that play Veigar. I counter with either Xerath or Ziggs. There's Ziggs, I counter with Ahri or Twisted Fate. There's Katarina, which I counter with Diana, which has been nerfed to the point where it's almost useless. But I still counter with Diana, or I counter with Ziggs. And then there is Fiddlesticks, which I counter with either Pantheon or... who else do I counter with? I don't know. But if I know who I'm going up against, it is the easiest win I will ever get. Now, I was last pick in this draft match, and... no, wait, was I? Yes, I was. I was last pick in this draft match. Now, you're probably wondering, yet again, why I'm going on in this big spiel about skins and countering. Because let's look at Mr. Arclight Varus right here. Or I think it's Arclight, I'm not sure. He bought the skin! He bought it day 1, which means he's going to be playing that skin all day. So, what more to do than to crush his hopes and dreams underneath the foot of my giant blade that I carry in my hand. So, you're going to see quite a hilarious game down bot, but we will start at top and actually go through the lane comps. We have an Akali versus a Jax. Akali can win against Jax, and Jax will have to play very defensively because Akali does have her Shroud, does a lot of magic damage, and a lot of her damage comes from actual spells and not basic attacks, which Jax is great at. Although early game, if he does duel correctly, he might be able to get an easy win. Now if we go to the middle lane, we see actually a LeBlanc and an Ahri. Ahri kind of counters LeBlanc, because she kind of doesn't. There's a mid there. She can get bursted out, but her disable's a lot, well, Ahri's disable's a lot better than LeBlanc, so Ahri normally will win the lane. That's if you ever have an issue with LeBlanc. I mean, look at this. And that LeBlanc is actually... she's good later game. I'd honestly see Ahri winning this lane over LeBlanc winning it, but that's just me. Let's cover our jungles real quick. We have a downright Darius. We have a downright Darius here and a Nocturne here. Let's go back. No, let's not go back. Just focus on Sivir and Poppy bot. Yes, she was just playing Poppy after the longest time. So what are we going to see here? We're going to see him get knocked in there, and me just go in and grab a couple hits. Now, this is mostly caused by the fact that their support, which is not a real support, but it's something. The Evelyn, it did not connect, so we did get a rather easy first kill. We have Poppy versus Evelyn, which I am going to consider that an actual matchup because they will fight a lot in this lane. And me versus Varus. I counter Varus so hard, it's not funny. He charges up his arrow, I turn on my shield. He uses his lob attack, I turn on my shield. Eve uses her attack, I turn on my shield. He uses his ultimate, I turn on my shield. There's nothing he can do to stop me. I have all the Qs in the world, and it doesn't matter. So she just goes invisible, we just kind of back off. As Nocturne is waiting in the brush. Actually, I'm going to readjust these real quick, and then I'm going to drop the menu. So top's at top. Mid in mid, and about to see a gank here on the Varus. Will we? Yes, we will. There's the actual damage going up, but we are going to chase after the Eve over there, getting me on my second kill early in lane. Will I actually be able to get the kill on the Varus? Gonna line up, use my heal, and actually lose to the Varus underneath turret, who I'm pretty sure I was waiting for my Q to come up, and it didn't. So that's that. AD carry, support, jungle. There you go. And now it goes bye-bye. Okay. Let's speed out to lane, because yet again, there's no reason to not speed out to lane, as we were going to see Poppy get rather low, but we're going to see a nice gank on the Ahri. Now, what will Ahri manage to do? Because her ult is not even up. There's Darius being overpowered, as all hell. But will Ahri manage to get away? And nope. That's that. But if we do just leave the camera here, we will see something happen in a matter of seconds. There we go. There is the LeBlanc getting caught out and death. So that's our even trade. But is Nocturne done yet? We'll see. It's the wrong button. Let's see. Nocturne is actually just trying to find Darius, but he's choosing not to because Varus is on his way top. As directed camera is going to probably take us back to me. And we are going to see me getting almost caught out and her giving me some mana, but not seeing him charge that. I did take a little bit of damage. Now, Nocturne's actually coming down to help me because I did lose my Poppy for a few minutes. And what will we see here? They do know he's here, but they are choosing not to acknowledge that. But Varus did wait a little too long. Will he land his trail? He does have his trail. There is a snare. Will he get the fear? He does get the fear. I'm going to flash in, use my Q, get enough damage, and grab a nice kill. And we are going to continue after the Eve, but she will hide under turret. Did I already go back? Yes, I am sitting on double Doran's, boots, and 3. Now Ahri is going to be going after mid. There's the snare. There is the damage. Will Ahri manage to do any more damage before she gets back underneath turret? There's the snare. She's popped behind her. There's the double. Will we see any damage? There's the ignite on the Ahri. Ahri will not be able to make it out of there. Will the ignite take the LeBlanc? We will know. We will not see. She is still alive. That trade was rather good on the LeBlanc's part and outplayed the Ahri. But as we go up to top, what we see here, we will see the Jax farming underneath the turret with his passive, which he should be doing, and nothing of the sort. So I am actually 1 in this. 1 versus Q. That's kind of cool. So the moral of the story, if there's a skin, if you want to get it day 1, make sure you play it sparingly. If you play it too often, you're going to get countered. When you get countered, you're not going to want to play that champion, and you just wasted money on a skin that's probably never going to be really viable or even worth that while again. There's me missing a Q that could have net me a nice kill, but yeah, that's essentially how that goes. Just using that little strobe light that he has from his basic attacks now to dance while I wait for spotlight, not strobe light, as I wait for the Evelyn to attempt a gank, but we will lock him down against the wall, do some damage. Will I manage to break up the room? I do miss, and I completely miss all that. There's Eve giving me some mana as I walk away, which is quite nice of her. Now, essentially, when will you ever use Sivir? Sivir is great when you have a blitz, when you're going... never mind. Oh boy, I'm going to go back a little bit here. I'll explain that in a second. Okay, so what are we going to see here? We're going to see the Poppy giving herself some mana, and me, and getting ready for a fight. What will she do? She will knock Varus into the wall, do some nice burst damage. There's my Q out, and my Ricochet Blade. My Ricochet Blade actually tapping Varus, so the Ignite will kill him, and the Poppy will get out with a free kill. As Darius is on his way down, we will not see him until... When will we see him? We will see him right now. Now he's in our vision, we know he's here. I'm going to purposely bait him. Hopefully he'll waste a cooldown. He does waste the cooldown, but he uses almost all his damage, activating my ultimate so I can give Poppy and I a little bit more speed to get out of here. And I'm going to turn on him now because, well, I can. Because he has literally nothing to stop me from going after him. It's my passive from my speed buff is give me quite a bit of room to actually fight him. Now Poppy's going to activate her ultimate. We're going to go completely down on Darius. And what will we see? We will see nothing as my mana is low, her mana is low, and we do not want to dive turret with a Darius with full mana and level 6 as he will start to drop our health like no other. Although I am going to try and pick at him until he gets back to lane, and those two get back to lane. I get hit by I get pretty much destroyed here, but Poppy saving my life for a couple seconds and not netting a kill, and she will die in the process, giving the kill to Varus and an assist to Evelyn. Okay, so let's cover a little bit about Sivir, shall we? Sivir is an underplayed carry. She is very great at what she does, and she's very great at what she does, and she will essentially always win her lane. Now what I mean by this is she can farm from a distance with her very, very low cost Q, or E, W. Her W only has 7 seconds and it's 40 mana. This does a lot of damage in a single attack, and it bounces to target. This allows you to farm with the greatest of ease, even if your lane is shut down. But we're going to have to look at this. This is what gives her most of her power. So say you're going up against a Graves. Well, he uses Buckshot. You can use that. You have mana. You can retaliate with a boomerang. Which is your Q. And then what else will we see from this? We will also see, well, the Varus completely one-shotting that. There's a nice boomerang blade. But what else? This can also stop Blitz from pulling you. If you do have vision, you can activate this, walk into his pull, and not have to deal with it. It also works on Nami ults. It also pretty much works on a lot of disables. It even works on Leona's ultimate. So it's really meant to be there to help you. But anyway, here we go. We're going in to see the fight. There is the lockup on the Varus. Varus attempting to do some damage before he is dropped. And we will get a easy kill with a nice gank from the Nocturne. Anyway, me popping a couple health potions just to pop my health potions. And going back to how Sivir works. Most of her damage comes from Boomerang Blade. But her passive works really well with a new item. The Fleet of Foot. Every time she hits you with a basic attack, she gets 50 movement points. Well, now that we have this, we can get even more movement speed. That was just funny, in the least, or to say the least. There's Poppy wasting a heal to get out. Pretty much now every time I hit them, I'm going to stay up with them no matter what. I'm getting an extra 50 points plus 12 on top of this. It's about an extra 100 points of movement every time I land a basic attack on a champion, which is great. We actually do take turret relatively early at 11 minutes. I'm going to focus the camera right up here. Here we go. So I'm trying to hit Varus, and did I proc with that? No, I didn't. Your W actually does proc, so it will proc lifesteal, it will proc things of that nature, and be really quite helpful. Now she counters Varus, Draven, Caitlyn. Some Graves players, if they're not completely sure how her mechanics work. She can counter Ezreal and counter Corki. She counters a lot of champions. Now, the champions she can't counter are Vayne, Team, a lot of the basic attack ones. Ones that have no skills. Ashe is actually quite a counter to her. Any ones that rely on mostly their basic attacks to do the damage. Because, like, an Ezreal can ult, she'll walk into it with her shield, and you just gave her mana. She'll be able to push her lane back and poke. There's me attempting to get away from Darius. I think I hit a basic on him and got a speed buff to get away. Also, if you didn't hear from me, I actually read it off a Red post from Riot. Sivir is getting a visual rework. It's supposed to be early this year, or next year. So we're looking probably around May of 2013, because Trundle and Karma are currently before her, and we're also going to see actual rework to Victor. Okay, sorry. I just had to say that because a lot of people are always complaining that she needs her rework. Okay, so what are we going to see here? We're going to see something rather awesome. So he's going to go miss his ult completely. He's going to flash, but she's going to knock him into the wall. He flashed as soon as he hit her. So there's the stun. I'm going to get in a better position by making a little bit of room on here. Staying away from that, proccing my crit, hitting him with a basic, hitting him with another basic, and will I actually... Well, we do get the kill here, but she does steal it from me. My speed goes up to 505 with every time I hit a champion. So I am very, very fast. Now, LeBlanc's actually waiting over there to see if she can actually do anything. Misses her lockup, or... it's something chains. Actually, no, that's gonna bug me. What is the name of her skill? Ethereal Chains. Okay. Back to focus to Sivir. We see that they went for blue buff. So what are we going to do? I'm going to go in and just not give a care. And yeah, they are going to do that. Now they know we're here. Me and Nocturne are going to go after the blue buff. They're going to try and actually engage. I'm going to get the heck out of there, landing a basic before I flash, so I have a nice speed buff, as they are going to all go after Nocturne, who got away. But what are they going to do instead? They are contemplating Dragon. Will they take Dragon is the thing, as Ahri is in the bush up to top, and will... Nope, Ahri is just going to slide away. Keep in mind, if on the on the edge of the screen, animations do stop because this is zoomed out a little bit further because of a mod that is installed thanks to LOL Replay. Anyway, here's Ari coming in, going after the Evelyn. Thank you. Going after the Evelyn, and now she will actually manage to pick up a kill on the Varus. No, she will miss her. She'll miss her Q, her Orb of Deception, and will get dunked by Darius. That is sad. Also, for those of you who are probably wondering who the heck I was just talking to and said thank you, there's one of my workers that is on Skype right now, and apparently he knows what game I'm talking about, which is kind of creepy. The reason that we're on Skype is because you guys don't need to know. We're talking about the contest. So anyway, what we see here, we're going to see the Nocturne ulti come in and lock up the Darius. We do get the Darius, and they get the Dragon. But what we see, my ultimate, my useless ultimate, now allowing us to go in and chase. They are not going to be able to do much. We're going to see her actually come back. And will they get away? They will, but I am over there by myself, and we're going to see the lockup on the Poppy. But will the Nocturne make up the ground in time? Let's see. He is still chasing after her. Will he? Yes, he will. He does land the slow. Will he get on the trail and get to her? He will. Does he land the chains? No, he does not, but he does spell shield some damage. There's Evelyn getting rather low, and there is Nocturne getting caught out and killed. With a really cool sound effect too, because I swear, when they put his legendary skin in, they actually put in some extra assets. Anyway, Akali's walking right past Darius, as it is going to be a 4v5. We are not fed in the least, and it looks like they are ready to go. Now, why is this game significant over any of the other Sivir gameplays I could have had? Well, let's look at this menu, shall we? I'm Sivir. I am in the middle. I have less CS, and I have more kills. I have more kills over my lane because Varus... because I counter Varus, which means that he could not kill me and do as well as he could. He also has 5 deaths because Poppy and I were completely assimilating him. Sivir actually works well with champions like Nami because of her slow speed buff thing. I'm not sure what to call it. Her buff debuff combo. She also works well with Tarek and with pretty much anyone who can do a snare. So honestly, her best combo is Nami. Her and Nami will go together and essentially wreck a lane. Now we're going to see a lot of tension over here in this lane, as you'll see the Akali going in, but will she get away? There is the slow, there's the AoE, and she does flash over the wall to get away, and we will see nothing come of that, as we have Nocturne up here getting his speed buff from the Jax, but the Jax does have leap and gets the kill. Now these two are rather low. Will they get picked up by LeBlanc and or Eve? Eve is going to make up some speed or make up some distance in a second. And will she land her ultimate? But we have Akali going in there. Will the Akali get the kill? Yes, she will. And will the Will the Akali manage to get away from the ignite? No, she won't. Now the Eve just wards behind her and hopes for the best. And what am I doing? I am going and clearing top. Because I'm an AD carry. I need my farm. And Sivir is great at farm because Boomerang Blade mixed with her Bouncing Blade is essentially everything. Look at this. I just did that with one Boomerang Blade, and I'm just going to basic the rest of the minions. So anyway, let's put the menu up. Let's look at the gold difference in between me and Varus. I am 1k ahead of him with only 1 kill difference. Now, I shut him down in lane, so he couldn't farm and he couldn't snowball. A lot of Varuses only do well because they snowball. Varus is a hit-or-miss champion, like Darius late game. Darius late game will be bad if he had a bad laning phase. And same thing with Varus. Varus will be horrible if he had a bad laning phase. Now, there's a lot of champions like this, and I actually have made a script on how one of the champions could be fixed entirely. I'm not giving any Darius hints, but I'm thinking about posting. I'm not quite sure. Okay. Enough of me actually talking about stuff in my own channel. As you'll see them pinging that Poppy is on her way, and they will be trying to intercept her, but she's a little bit too fast and gets to the safety of the turret before they can do anything. Eve checking for wraiths, and what is she doing? Is she going for buffs? Yeah. I had that buff. It was delicious. So here's me attempting to go after Darius and being completely dumb. There is the Poppy going after the Darius and the Darius only. Now going after the Varus. There's essentially them all collapsing on me, looking for an easy kill, while Poppy's in there destroying Varus, but she will die. Her passive is not strong enough, as Ahri and Nocturne, the relief, come in to come and help us. But will they be able to hold the turret? Well, let's just speed up, because I'm not sure a fight actually breaks out here. No, I don't think one does. They just kind of push and poke. Yeah. That's about that. So, let's go to directed camera with it sped up, because I'm pretty sure you people don't want to watch me commentate about, well, things that haven't happened yet, or are going to happen. So let's keep this a little bit sped up, as we're going to watch them apparently go back to spawn pool, because that's entertaining. Although they are at Dragon, will we given a test here? We actually have no idea that they're here. I actually kind of am in the bush, a little bit away from everything. And will they go after me? Will they? No, I will land a Q on no one, which, yeah, I think I'd remember that. Although here's Ahri and Nocturne going after the Evelynn. Will Evelynn actually manage to get away? She will, but the LeBlanc is down here, bursts the Nocturne, and we will see her die. Now I'm going to go after the Varus, and we will be able to completely collapse on him with a double kill from the Poppy. Now if we go back in time a little bit, we will see a rather interesting death up top. You've pretty much seen it right there, as the kill feed on the right is lying to you and telling you everything that's not true. Okay, so what are we going to see up top as the kills down bottom happen? So she's going to come through, land that, get completely bursted out with the Q, with pretty much all of Varus's burst damage, and this is where this happens. While Jax is over here fighting Akali, but Akali will flash over the wall and get away safely, although that is a 3-minute cooldown for a life. Now we are going to collapse on Jax, but will we see him actually manage to get away? There's me, he's jumping to me, and he's going to try and 1v1 me. That didn't work, and he gave me some nice gold. Now if we actually look at what I currently have, I have the makings of a BT, and I think I don't know what I do here. There's a couple ways I build Sivir, and certain ways I build her are unorthodox, but they are for laning purposes. This really isn't that interesting. It's Poppy. She will chase you to the ends of the earth until you are dead. So as you'll see here, the ends of the earth are about there. So yeah, that's Poppy. So we're all rather low. I activate my shield because why not? And we see LeBlanc here. Will it be a 3-on-1 to actually kill this LeBlanc? She can burst us down, but here comes Akali. Akali does a lot of the burst damage, and we will follow in. We will. There's pretty much everything on her, and we do get away, but we lose Akali as now, what's her face? Wow, Evelynn does manage to come through and get a kill. I block one of her abilities and get away. And well, we will see Nocturne attempting to get away, but the really good Ahri will manage to save them for a few more seconds, as he does not charge his Q long enough and does not get any damage from it. So we're going to speed up yet again. Now, going back, this is 100%, right? Yeah. Okay, so let's go back to Sivir. Well, Sivir. I am actually buying my Infinity Edge first, which is an interesting pick here. Oh no, I'm going for damage because they're all glass cannons. There we go, there's my IE. Okay, there's other ways you can build Sivir. If you're having a tough lane, you build a Phage. Now, you're probably thinking in just like, what? Her Phage procs with her W, so you can get a long-range slow just by your Boomerang Blade following minions to hitting them. So you gotta think about that. That's really good for chasing. There's my useless ultimate, and what will we see from my useless ultimate except quite a bit of damage to Jax, and will we see me able to do any real damage with this useless ultimate? We will see not a lot. Me actually canceling a basic attack there. Hitting him with one, not getting anything. Yet again, not charging that up all the way. And we are getting ready for a team fight. Let's hit S and watch this team fight that's about to go all sorts of wrong and all sorts of right. It is a 4v5 with Poppy kind of sitting down there in the bushes. They only see 3v3. or they only see 3v5, so that's good. Now there's the LeBlanc going in, there's the knockback. Will we see anything happen to them? No, we will see the Evelyn diving in, and me getting a kill on the Evelyn. Now Darius grabbing the Poppy for an easy kill, as she did choose to judgment him, but the Akali will jump in and do nothing to the Darius, as Darius is forced to back off. There is LeBlanc down bot trying to get away, and Akali will burst her down in a matter of seconds. There is me rather low in the background, but will we actually go in after the Varus and grab the kill? There's Ari with her 2 ults. And her 3rd ult cast, flashing away from the Darius pole. Really good move. And will we see anything underneath the turret? We will not, but I do have blue buff, which means all the boomerang blades. There is him trying to do as much damage as he can. Akali actually jumping on him. There's the ult from the Nocturne jumping on top of Darius. And that is 2 more kills for only Poppy. Whew. That was tough. Anyway, Phage. W can proc after hitting a couple times, so that's great in itself. It also allows you to get that Frozen Mallet that makes you more OP than Jarvan with a Frozen Mallet, or Olaf, or any melee attacker that already has a slow built in. Essentially, what happens is, my build right here, actually, did I get the Phage with that return? I'm working on it. I normally get the Phage before I get my Bloodthirster and before I get my Zeal, or my Phantom Dancer, because this passive, you get extra speed every time you hit somebody, plus this passive, where you get more speed every time you hit somebody. And why not add a chance to slow in there? I normally will go to the Frozen Mallet after getting a little bit of MR, because that's kind of how I'm building right now. I'm going to I normally build a Banshee's Veil on her, because more spell shields the better, especially if you know how to time yours after your Banshee Veil goes down. You can completely wreck someone's combo, like LeBlanc can hit you with the Q, you can use Banshee's Veil to stop that one. She'll come in with a lock, you can use your spell shield to block that one, she'll just jump to you and just save you half the trouble, and you're able to stay and do damage to her. So I normally get a Banshee's Veil, and the fact that you have mana issues as Sivir. So that really synergizes well. All the basics, plus all the speed buffs, plus all the damage. Now, we will see Varus getting caught out rather low, and yeah, Poppy can't stand that burst damage, as I'm going to kind of retreat with my friend Ari here, using my useless ult to actually do something, and we have Akali now leading the charge and attempting to get us some ground. There's me missing Boomerang Blade yet again. I am desperately trying to get better at that. I did manage to pick up a kill by flashing the other day, and I was actually quite proud of myself. You can flash and it will redirect, kind of like with Draven's ulti. Now, these two are both going top. They see Akali, but Akali's going to tower, so they realize that they should back off. As Nocturne is down here with Ari going after the dragon, Darius does get the kill on the dragon, but will we see any damage to the Darius? No, there's the dunk, and the Nocturne waits for his flash to flash over the wall. Here's me attempting to help as the fight is over and I need to escape. Now I'm going to activate my spell shield, get a little bit of mana from that, as he's going to miss that yet again. And there's my Q going through, forcing LeBlanc's ulti, or passive. If that was your ulti, it'd be a horrible ulti. It'd be more useless than mine. There's me getting LeBlanc rather, or what's-her-face rather low. Also, excuse the voice, it is rather bad. I've been talking with family and all that, and being social. Yeah, that thing you can do that it's not on Facebook? Yeah, that. I was doing that. Talking to people in real life. Anyway. Excuse me, I'm gonna edit that out. 29 minutes, 30-something seconds. There we go. We're going to see the Akali jump in and go after the Darius. There's the ultimate, but the ultimate is on the Jax, because the Jax is the farthest away. We will see 2 kills for the Akali, as the Akali does follow up with a jump, as another jump, or as her jump, and now she will have to get away, as she has quite the option of getting away. She's going to try and double back? No, she's actually going to walk toward me, and I'm going to completely destroy the Evelyn with my useless ultimate. Yeah, that ultimate was so useless, it gave her a quick speed buff so to get away, and it allowed me a couple extra pieces of attack, or a couple extra attack speed, an attack speed buff, and attack, or movement speed. Yeah, the thing I'm talking about with the Phage, with the Frozen Mallet, these boots, this passive, and your ultimate, is they won't be able to get away. It's essentially Ashe on steroids, plus 2 damage amplifying abilities. Like, this is essentially volley, but better because it's targetable. Like, you can literally hit like right on them. And then Boomerang Blade, which is more damage, especially if it's one-on-one. Let's speed this up, guys. We have not that long left, and I'm going to pull up the builds for you guys, as I'm going to speed this up relatively... let's rewind this, shall we? Okay, so essentially that's all that happened. She got caught in the bush and got nuked by those two. Not much really interesting there, but it was something. I can say that. It was definitely something. So here's us in their jungle, and a fight that breaks out. There's the Nocturne ulti, but you'll see that in a matter of seconds. As we do slow down, and we see Poppy getting ready. Will she go after the bear? She will. She lands a stun. And will we see anything happen? There's the ultimate from the ultimate from the Nocturne, and the ultimate from the Poppy, allowing us to pick up a nice kill on Varus. And now we are going to choose to go after the Jax in a matter of seconds. Yes, we will. The two champions with a leap will actually go in as they are trapped in between turrets, and we will push them out. There's the useless ulti by me, as we do get a kill on the LeBlanc, but the LeBlanc does return the favor and kill the Ahri, as I kill the Jax and return before Darius can get dunking, because I actually was afraid that he was in the jungle, because from our vision you've seen him right here, as he was walking back to his base. Sorry, it was somewhere down here. You can see him. There's Evelyn going in, doing her burst damage. There's the pull from the Darius, and we will see the Poppy getting rather low, and the Nocturne locking up the Eve as Nidalee. Wow, Akali is going to do some nice damage, but will she get away? No, she will not. But she does double back, hit the Evelyn, and get a speed buff from that to get away. Although Darius just seen Nocturne. Nocturne will use his speed buff and get out of there, but Darius is faster than Nocturne over the long haul. But that won't matter because Nocturne does have a speed buff every few seconds. Now you're going to see me down here actually building my Vampiric Scepter into a excuse me, into a where is it? Into a Bloodthirster. Actually, I think that's what I'm going back for, yes. So I have a Bloodthirst that needs stacks, an Infinity Edge, and I'm essentially a happy fed carry at this point. 9-4-10, I beat my lane. I'm not well farmed. Their Varus has been farming rather well too, but I still have to say that I'm doing something right, and he's not. He doesn't have an Infinity Edge, and we're 35 minutes in. He has one thing for attack speed, which that Hurricane is the most useless thing ever. It's only good on Caitlyn and Teemo. Maybe Vayne if you're not going the right, if you're not doing it right. There is the kill, and now we will see an altercation. The Akali already starting in with the initiation. There's the melt on the Evelyn. There's the melt on the... Pretty much all three of them just melt. As we're going to tank down with the Nocturne Fear after the Darius, grabbing a double kill before he does get to dunking, as Ahri does get killed by Jax. There is a triple kill by me, and will that be the ace? It will be. Is that also the GG? Will we see a GG, or will we go after the Nexus? No, we are choosing to go after... I can't speed up any, which means that it's going to be GG'd soon. So anyway, there's a quick guide to playing Sivir. Hopefully it helped. This is more of a gameplay, but you can also use it as a guide because I am showing you how Sivir works. Nocturne actually using his ultimate, going in there, and that is that. So, if you enjoyed the content provided, leave a like. If you want to stay current, subscribe. Make sure you look over this video for anything that I may have hidden. And I will talk to you all later.